answer. Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
This is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. To throw, Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And some room to roam now. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins to throw it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 29. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a couple. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Cousins now. Complete. Smith has it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. A give. This is Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
And when you think of the Vikings, you think of a team that brings a lot of pressure to the quarterback, but a surprise in 2020, only 23 sacks as a unit last year. So they're in need of bigger production from their pass rush in 2021. Remember, last year's numbers, they were in the bottom 5 in the NFL. No way they want a repeat of that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jamie Collins. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
As we all know, a big priority for Cincinnati in 2021 is building up the line on both sides of the ball. They want to protect Joe Burrow on the offensive side, but the defense as a whole only produced 17 sacks last year, the lowest total in the NFL. So getting to the quarterback, as we just saw there, that's a nice sign for the Bengals.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Cousins going for Jefferson downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former Viking first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Ready?
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Uzomah.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
11.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Handoff comes to Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Play action now. Cousins. They're going right back to Westbrook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
With that impact, I fully expected the ball to pop free. I still remember an old defensive back friend of mine. He used to say, guess what? Even if they catch the ball, make sure they have a memento to take back to the sideline.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. There's Jefferson to pull that in. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 37 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow looking to pass. And a big loss here as he's taken down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this is incomplete. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year, because he's able to get his feet wet, right, get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
14, Bengals 7.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age. Right?
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On play action, Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. First down, here's the run with Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings. Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And Jamar Chase won the 2019 Biletnikoff Award as the nation's top receiver while at LSU. And the guy who threw him the passes there, Joe Burrow, now his quarterback at Cincinnati.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd
Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete.
Go time, baby!
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. We talk about Jamar Chase. One of the things that really stands out, his ability to take ordinary plays and to turn those into big ones. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake, Cousins. Airing it out deep for Smith. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out? And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel, okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got room. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Vikings 43-yard line.
Second down and 8. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 79 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. A handoff to Mixon.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Cousins now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up big...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former Viking first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now they will throw it with Burrow. His throw incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. He'll decide to keep this once more. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 143 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they take a knee.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, can.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though.